Hey everybody, welcome back to POVincent. Usually when I do movie reviews, I tend to stay away from spoilers, but with this season, 23 episodes, 40 minutes each, I feel like there's so much to go over and I really can't get my points across without going into spoilers. So if you haven't watched this season, you might want to click away for now, but if you have, here it is. My review of The Flash, Season 3. So this season kicks off with the Flashpoint storyline, a very famous story from the Flash comics. Unfortunately, this is like the Coke Zero version of Flashpoint, and I don't want to harp on that because I understand that storyline had the whole cast of DC characters at its disposal. If you're not familiar with the Flashpoint storyline, basically Barry goes back in time, saves his mom, and it has dramatic effects on history. In the comics, a war started between Wonder Woman and the Amazons and Aquaman and the Atlanteans. Here, they don't have that, and I get that, so I understand why this story isn't as epic. However, if I may make a suggestion, you could kind of do a little crossover thing. They could have had Oliver in this new Flashpoint timeline end up actually becoming Ra's al Ghul and leading the League of Assassins. And he starts a war against Lila and Argus. And you could have Kid Flash in the middle trying to save all the people that are caught in the crossfire. That could have been pretty cool, but they really didn't go with that. And this version of Flashpoint is just some people have got a harder time in life, and well, some people have got it better. So when the villain Alchemy was introduced, I was really excited. I was like, oh my god, finally, a main villain who's not a speedster that's faster than Barry, who doesn't have a secret identity that turns out to be a trusted friend and ally. Okay, despite that not turning out to be the main villain, it did turn out some good things. It was pretty damn obvious that Julian was Alchemy. I mean, I think anybody could see that coming. However, Julian as a character turned out to be pretty cool. I thought there would be this back and forth thing about him, like, fighting with his dual personality, like, do I kill him? Do I not kill him? I'm not a bad guy. I am a bad guy. But no, they made him a part of the team. He became a friend, and we got to know him better. We got to understand why he's a pain in the ass. And I really liked that. I thought that was cool. And then this leads into Caitlin, who I don't understand why every season the writers feel like they need to give her somebody to be involved with, a boyfriend or whatever. I think that takes away from her character every time, and that's especially the third time in a row here. However, with this relationship, it didn't bother me that much because it makes sense why they connected. They're both people who are afraid of their evil alternate personality, and I like that. So even though I hope that she doesn't get a new boyfriend next season, this time it worked. What I don't understand works is why her becoming Killer Frost makes her evil. I understand in the other universe Killer Frost is evil, but in this one she's just evil because the powers make her evil. Most of the other metahumans who become evil are evil just because the way their life went, the circumstances. Why does the metahuman gene turn her crazy? Okay, so in this season we have the new version of Wells, HR. His introduction in the show was completely stupid. They basically used multiverse Craigslist to bring this character in. And when I was watching this episode, I was like, why are you guys being stupid? You don't know anything about this guy. He could have a major secret. And it turns out he did have a major secret. And it bit them in the ass a bit, didn't it? However, HR as a character did grow on me. As they kind of say it in one way or another in the show, he does have a strange wisdom about him, and he does become an asset to the team. Plus, Tom Cavanaugh, the actor who plays the character, after 3 seasons of playing 3 different versions of Wells, I gotta say, this really shows that actor has range. He's really good at what he's doing. Each version of Wells feels distinct to me. So kudos to Tom Cavanaugh on that. As far as the way HR leaves the show, he makes a noble sacrifice. So you know what? He's a character that I think people are going to be talking about for a while. So next we got Savitar and Iris's death. When Savitar comes into the picture as the real main villain, he becomes the driving force of the season, especially once the whole Iris future death comes into play. The whole Flashpoint metahuman story arc totally gets kicked to the side. Nobody cares about them anymore. I mean, I was enjoying them, but whatever. Now, the whole Savitar's secret identity thing, who is he really under that armor, that kept a lot of people guessing, even me guessing a little bit. There's a lot of theories going around. But apparently, if you've read the comics and you know about the blue-suited Future Flash, you probably saw it coming a mile away. I really kind of like the idea of Savitar as a villain. Once it's revealed that he's an evil version of a time remnant that Barry creates in the future, you really get to see it. This is Barry's dark side. This character, in a way, embodies Barry's selfishness and his arrogance that he displays when he creates Flashpoint. He's really like everything coming back around on Barry like a friggin' boomerang made of fire. It's really poetic when you think about it. Barry played God when he made Flashpoint, and now we have a villain that's him trying to become a god. I really kind of like that little play there. So finally, we come to the finale, and Barry really displays why he's a great hero. Yeah, they're trying to take down Savitar, but once he has Iris back, he doesn't have that weight of that anger. He realizes there's got to be another way. He tries to save Savitar because Savitar is him. He owes it to himself to save himself. Unfortunately, Savitar doesn't really go with that after a while. But then we see later in the finale of the episode, after they defeated Savitar, which was a cool fight, I liked it. Speed Force is just trying to rip Earth apart, and Barry instantly realizes what he's got to do. He's got to go into the Speed Force prison, and he does it so nobly. He accepts his fate. He realizes like this isn't really a bad thing. This is my redemption, and I like that. Barry's a hero. I love it. So my overall thoughts for the season, it has some ups and downs, people. There were some failed twists and reveals, surprises I really didn't think worked. A few things that didn't make sense to me, but what really worked in this season, as worked in past seasons of The Flash, are the characters. I still really like these characters. I still find them enjoyable. I like their journeys. And what really held this season together was the relationship between Iris and Barry, the relationship between Caitlin and Julian, and Joe and his relationships basically with everybody, and Cisco and Wells, and just everything. That's what really carried this season. So overall, I thought the season was good, but not too good. You know, I still like the show. I'll keep watching in season 4. But this season definitely had some problem. I think it was trying to bite off more than it could chew, which I guess I understand considering last season Barry saved the multiverse, which is a pretty big thing to try to updo. But overall, this season worked. Had problems. Excited for season 4. Well, anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on The Flash Season 3. Hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me what you're thinking down in the comments. Let's start up a conversation. I want to know what you agree, disagree, what did I not mention that you'd like to hear my thoughts on. Please let me know. But until next time, thank you for viewing things through my perspective.